So please unmute Dr. Hubert.
Yes, sir. Dr. Hubert is already given those permissions.
Dr. Hubert, you can unmute.
Himself.
You can unmute yourself.
Dr. Hubert, you can unmute yourself, sir.
Please.
Sir, first you need to unmute yourself. Then please talk, sir.
Okay, let us start.
Share screen is possible. Is it possible for me to share screen? Is it possible
You are
for
actually sharing your screen. Yes, we can see your screen.
Hello. Other meetings.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me, Dr. Manoj and IFPH. Today, let us have a prayer. I want a silent prayer for me, all of you. Do a silent prayer for me to do this meeting more effective. And why this screen is not full? Why? Is it okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. We can hear you and we can.
But the screen is not full. Share screen is possible, huh?
Share screen is actually you're getting that option, but we are seeing in Chrome.
Why I cannot do it?
Sir, can you unshare your screen and share again one more time?
Stop share. Okay.
Yes, sir. Share it one more time.
Okay. Can you see all this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can actually see your presentation now. And if you are keeping the presentation in slideshow mode, then it will be in a full screen. For slideshow mode, you have seeing this right top, bottom right, three icons. Bottom right. Down. Bottom right, three options. Just to the left of 55%, you can see a symbol. Please press that.
Why? It is not full.
Am I audible, sir?
No. I cannot see my screen.
Yes, you are audible. You are audible.
You are audible, but I think you have a network issue from your side. Just after you shared your screen is freezing. Once again, can you share your screen? No, it hasn't been come. You have to share again.
Okay. Today. Now, my share.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes, sir. Now we can. Yes, sir. Now, can you move your cursor for a so that we can confirm your screen sharing is working?
I had to make it.
No, sir. We are having actually a connection issue from your side. That's why when you're sharing your screen, it freezes suddenly.
That time only I can only see my sharing screen only. That is why the problem.
What's the problem, sir?
I can only see now. Only my screen. Only I cannot
Sir.
see the others. You are sitting there.
Oh, sir. While you share, you can't see like that. Or else, if you are sharing your screen, you have to go to the Zoom application to see others. And while you are sharing your screen, you can't see others.
Okay.
That you
Okay. 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 Uh,
that's not a
okay.
problem from your side. It's the application's feature. So
Uh-huh.
that's not possible, sir. But I think you will get a small window in your side so that you can actually see your face.
Uh-huh.
Or else you have to join from another mobile or something to see others, and you have to join from the laptop to share the screen also.
Hubert, good evening, Prasad. You just share the screen and put it in full mode, and you can do the presentations. If there any struggle, we will connect you. You can continue it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Share. Mhm.
Now you open your presentation.
Can you see? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see. You go to full presentation mode.
Okay.
Presentation
Okay.
mode on top.
On top, full presentation mode. Huh?
Yeah, presentation mode. It will be a presentation mode. View full screen or something will be there.
Sir, are you seeing that 55%
No.
in the top bottom right corner?
Just a minute. I cannot see.
It is in the bottom right corner, sir. Bottom right.
Or you
Down,
double
down.
click on your
There.
first slide. You double click on your first slide.
That also will do, man, sir.
Yeah,
Is it
double click
okay?
on your first slide. No, that side corner. Yeah,
You
left it on.
view gallery view. I want to do full screen or gallery view.
Full screen.
Full screen.
Yeah, you just share it and you present it. Otherwise, also you present it. We can see it.
Okay. Share screen. Hello. How are you? All of you. Today I'm going to present to you a paper. There's something I want to say you. About the neurology, psychology, and homeopathy, part 1. Here, can you see it? Neurology, psychology, and homeopathy, part 1. There is one case I want to present now. Patients.
Sir, can you click on the slideshow option so that it will be in a better view?
Slideshow.
Sir, for slideshow, are you seeing that 55% or plus F1, F5 in your keyboard? F5.
F5. You full screen or full screen, huh? Full screen off. So gallery view.
Sir, do you want to see how to do
And
it?
on
Then I
top, there is
can
a
share my
slideshow
screen.
is there.
Pardon?
That also. If you want to see how it is done, I can share my screen and show you.
Share screen.
Sir, you share your screen. I will tell you. Minimize that. and take your PowerPoint presentation. Okay.
Okay.
And go to your bottom right. Bottom right. Uh, are you seeing that meeting control tab in your
Meeting control.
bottom?
Yeah, yeah. Ah.
Just above that there is a three icons, and
Yeah,
from that
yeah.
third icon, click the third icon. Click the third icon. Yes, sir.
Now,
Ah,
okay.
now using your arrow keys, you can control your screen. Got it, sir?
Arrow screen now.
Arrow keys. You can control your screen.
This is how, isn't it?
Yes, yes, sir. Now you can present it.
But I cannot see you people.
That you have to join from two devices.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
can't share screen and see. That's not possible.
Okay, okay, okay.
Why do you
But we
want to
can
see
see.
others? You can present, please.
Okay. Today, I want to show one patient. Came to my clinic last 2019 with chicken pox. And I saw after treating the chicken pox case, 2 days when the disease is coming down, they told me that they have to go for an operation in the Delhi AHMS, All India Institute of Medical Science. So they have to do for a hectic preparation for to go there. So I called them. I told them that it is possible. The case is like this. She has some fits. She's having fits coming very often. She was treating in a hospital, in Shantigiri hospital. Then after some time, they sent them that very often this fits is coming. So they took the MRI and they saw this. Can you see this? This white patches, white position of the brain. Almost 20 to 25% was damaged. In this condition, they sent to Sri Jatra Medical Center. There they told that it is not possible for to treat the case because it is on the very lateral part of the head. So if it is open, then she will die at any time because she is a 25-year-old working in Technopark, and that is the condition. So they sent them, they told them that the Sri Jitra Medical Center doctor said that you have to go and there is one operation in there is a method of surgery in All India Institute of Medical Science. So they have to go the next month. So that I have given some medicine for them. And for that, they asked me whether you have do anything for the patient. So only 2 weeks are there. In that week, what I shall do, I just asked the case. Then I took the history of that girl and I found that there is a history of injury on the head. This is what we can see here. And for my history, when she was a child, that time she was in a playing time in an unyal. We call it as in Kerala, we call it as unyal in the time of harvest festival. We use an unyal. That she fell down from the unyal and she had this type of a injury. And that time She cannot move her face. She cannot, some disfigurement has happened, and they done some Ayurvedic treatment and all. After that, again, this condition, this fits is very often coming in day by day, 3 times in a day. So I called them. I take the case. I have taken the case and given her some medicine. And after that, you can see the next slide of it. After 2 weeks treatment, the brain, formerly you saw the white patch, white blood clotting was there. Now you can see that it was clear in 2 weeks time. Okay, 2 weeks time, it is almost clear. And they sent, again, they went there for the operation, but the doctors were very much excited that how it is happened. They asked them how it is happened. The brain was normal, almost normal. Within 2 weeks time, medicine, homeopathic medicine, I can do it through my practice. Can you see? Can you see me? Can you see me? I cannot see anybody. How can I take class? New share. Can you see me? I cannot see anybody. What happened?
Yes, yes, we can see you. Please
But
continue. There is no problem. There is no problem.
Yeah, but I cannot see anybody.
You cannot see. No. You think that we are, you can see everybody if you close this thing, but do not close that thing. You may continue. We can clearly see your slide as well as you. So don't worry about this. You continue with the presentation. No need of worrying about whether you see somebody else or not. We can all see you. And your slide also. That is the good thing.
It was when I was studying in my medicine classes, medicine days. It was in 80s. That time, I was the one of my professor, our assistant professor, Dr. Velappampulla, told me that in the dissection hall, when we are studying in the class of anatomy class, he given me a head of a cadaver. Cadaver means a pure body, dead body preserved for doing our dissection hall. They are given me, he told me to open the skull. During that time, I was studying for medicine. I was going through pituitary gland for 2 months. That time, the doctor told me to open that skull. Because I am too healthy, he called me, he instructed me to open the skull of that body. And I tried to open with the sword. After seeing that, I already told you that 2 months I was studying for the pituitary gland. There are so many things in pituitary gland. There are so many parts of the anatomy, say so many things. But whenever I opened that head, that time I saw he removed that brain. You can see that brain part, this the cerebrum. He removed it carefully, and I saw a small thing, very small thing, like a pea. It is the pituitary gland which created, which is the queen of all hormones. So I was very much excited of seeing. That time I was quite an atheist because of hearing something from my friends and from studying. You know that the teenagers, we may go through after so many theories. That time I am becoming a atheist. That time he told me to open, he removed the brain, cerebrum, and taken the pituitary gland, very small pituitary gland. It produces so many things, so many hormones it produces. So many hormones which, if it is the quantity is less, then there will be dwarfism. If it is more, then gigantism one may long become more, he may grow more height and he will be a giant. That is the way. That is the thing. Then there are so many parts in so many departments. We can see that so many departments in the brain. This was, it was exciting for me how this is created. Somebody says that there is no God, but I believed from that time, I started believing God, how man is created. That is what we have to think. Without knowing what is vital force, we cannot say how this vital force is acting. I can say you one case, one case. A doctor came to my clinic. It was in 2014. 2014, she came to my clinic. Before that, her father called me and said that she is an MBBS student studying for MBBS, and she completed MBBS and doing house surgery. She has some problem. She is a rank holder. She has some problem. She is some problem. She told me that some problem, and she is treating. They are from a good family, and so they are economically sound, educationist. And he called me and said that we are treated that girl in many hospitals, and she is doing her MBBS. She is a rank holder. That time, many doctors treated her, and there is no response from other, and there is no improvement. That time, that father called me and said me that, can you treat my patient daughter? I said, oh, okay, you bring her. When she came to my clinic, I was expecting a girl of 20s, a smart. He told me that she was a smart girl, and now she came to my clinic. I was shocked, terribly shocked, that a girl of is lean, unhealthy girl of black rings around her eyes. She is mourning all the time. She is crying, a typical mental patient. We cannot say, I cannot even imagine that this is a doctor. That such condition she was treated. Many doctors, eminent doctors, number of doctors in the medical college at Trivandrum and from so many hospitals. They treated her, but no improvement. That time she came to my clinic, and I was very much upset because that patient is that much pathetic condition, in such a pathetic condition. Then I taken the, how can I say anything? Because she's all the time, she's crying like a mad girl. She cannot say anything. But I know that she has very good academic results. During that time, I said her mother, father and mother to please wait outside. And I prayed for her. I told her, I asked her whether I shall pray for you. That time she cannot even face upward. She cannot do anything because she's like crumbling like anything. She's sitting like anything. I called her. I told her whether I can pray for you. That time she said, yes, you can do. That's only she told me. That time I prayed for her sometime. You know, after the prayer, she got her eyes half opened. But I want to say, what is prayer? What is? Because without treating a patient with vital force, in such condition, Hahnemann says that vital force theory we are learned, but what is vital force? We have to know what is vital force. We should know that what is vital force. The theory of vital force, it will not get from outside. When we go through the scriptures, then only we will understand that what is vital force. In the aphorisms, Hahnemann says that we do in the Organon 293 and 294 says that in such condition we have to use some power. Then only we can treat some patients. All without medicine we cannot do. All the above mentioned we read in here. We can see that all the above mentioned methods of practicing mesmerism upon an influx of more or vital force into the patient, and hence are termed positive mesmerism. Negative mesmerism, this is otherwise called as with patients having in this condition, we have to use powers, human powers. Without that, we cannot do it. Vital force, what is vital force? Vital force, Hahnemann says that it is the which leads us all our life. Hahnemann says that in the healthy condition of man, the spiritual vital force, autocracy, the dynamics that animates the animal material body, organism, rules with unbounded sway and retains all the parts of the organism in admirable, harmonious vital operation as regards both sensations and functions, so that our indwelling, reason-gifted mind can freely employ this living, healthy instrument for the higher purpose of our existence. This is vital force, which leads the man. Before, we have to know what is vital force, when it is started, what is the fate of the vital force, where it comes, where it is coming, where from it is coming, where it is going, where it will reach. These are the things we have to know. So I go through that thing. When man was created, how man was created. God, the creator, we all believe in God, the creator on set. Then God said, and now we will make human beings. They will be like us and resemble us. They will have power over fish, the birds, and all animals, domestic and wild, large and small. So God created human beings, making them to be like himself. He created them male and female, blessed them and said, have many children so that your descendants will live all over the world and bring it under their control. Then and water. And then the Lord God took some soil from the ground and formed a man out of it. Out of it. Out of it. And breath. Of it, he breathed life-giving breath into his nostril, and the man began to live. That is how man created. He made man from soil and breath to life-giving. His own breath given to man. That is existing in our body and ourself. That is what we call it at ourself. And then we can see that there are so many people having life and human being to this world. And we know that that time God created a companion for her, for him. I'll make a suitable companion. Then the Lord God placed the man in the, then the Lord God said, it is not good for man to live alone. I will make a suitable companion to help him. So he took some soil from the ground and formed all the animals and the birds, and then made the man fall into deep sleep. Deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took out of his man's ribs and closed up with the fresh flesh. Then woman came out. This is the process of creating man. So the lady, but some of us may think that, is it possible from the ribs, how can a lady can be made? It is possible. We know that from a single cell, we are all formed. From every one of us was a single cell. Then after that, only we are becoming more and more, our organs are forming from the, first our heart will form, and then the whole body will form from the single cell. That is the creation style. We can see that that time the life of man was more than 900 years. 900 years. 969, that was the, it was the most, 969 years on man, Methuselah was living. We may think that, is it possible for man to live this much year? Is it the lifespan of man? Yes, that time man has a long lifespan. The breath was, the God's breath was so much strong. We read in Mahabharata, we can see that before the flood in Mahabharata, Bhishma was living, he was lived 700 years. Drona lived 600 years. The lifespan was more than 900 years, that is above. Then after that, after some time, it came to wickedness of man. Wickedness, man become very much wicked, and that time God is fed up with the man's life, and man, God was very much fed up, and that time we know that in the we read in Mahabharata, there are so many people are coming from the heaven to this earth, and they lived with ladies and had children. We can see that it is written in the Genesis that when mankind had spread all over the world and girls were being born, some of the heavenly beings saw that these girls were beautiful, so that took the ones they liked. Then the Lord said, I will not allow people to live forever. They are mortal. From now on, they will live no longer than 120 years. That time, God limited the life expectancy of man. It is limited to 120 years. This is what we can see. That vital force, the first vital force, that is Hahnemann says that vital force, that is what we call as a soul. The soul, the soul of the man. It is like a king. It is controlling ours. Our bodies are the secondary things. The material things are the secondary things. It is all this vital force. When we think that, if we think, is there, what is Sora? The homeopathy says that Sora, syphilis, psychosis, these are the three things which the disease producing agents. And we can think that we just go back. This Adam and Eve, they are the primitive persons, the first man and first lady. They are sinless people. In the beginning, they are sinless people. When after consuming, they done sin, then only Sora came. Sora, the sin, first sin, Sora. It is the, God permitted them to eat every fruit from the heaven, this paradise. But told them that one thing you should not take. On from the tree, the fruit from the tree you should not take. That created, they taken, and they become, they cannot see their power. That time they lost their power and they become like as ourselves. Now sin is more and more, diseases is more. So we have to treat the patient. When we are going to treat a patient, we have to treat these three things. No, we know that they were not sin, they don't have Sora. They don't have syphilis. They don't have psychosis. After getting the sin, that vital force is deranged. From that till then, it is coming down to descending, their descendants having this sin, doing more sin, they are becoming more and more disease sick. This is what is happening in the human being. That is why I told you that I prayed for her. After that prayer, she got some relief. I treated that case. Within the next time, because she was very clever. She was very clever. That doctor, that MBBS doctor was very clever. And I want one more thing to add to you. We can see that this is a history of Indian people. This is the history of Indian, Mahabharata, Vyasa Mahabharata, who Vyasan write this. This is the family way of, can you see this? Can you see this? Can you see this? Anybody say? I cannot see anybody, so I am asking. Can you see this?
Yes, doctor.
This is the family way. We have to study the history. Then only we can treat a patient in a successful way. This is the history of Indians. This Yayadi from Kuru Vamshavali. This is Kuru Vamshavali, Indian origin. We can see that there are this family way, there are kings, and this Mahabharata is originated from the Mahabharata was written by Vyasan. He wrote the history of Mahabharata, and we can see that there is a history of Jews also there in the world. These all we cannot remove anything from it. We know that, we all of you know that in Mahabharata, there was a person, a warrior, great warrior, Arjunan. In front of the war front, while he was going for the war front, that time he was very much disappointed. Very much disappointed, and he was becoming very pathetic condition. That pathetic condition, Sri Krishna giving him some knowledge and power. Through that power, he could do that war in a successful way. That is what we can see in everywhere. It is the depression, serious depression. In serious depression may be due to so many reasons. There may be so many reasons for deep depression. This is one of the psychological problem, what we can see. In Mahabharata, there is one story. There is it may be a story or an event. Sri Krishna, the Lord Krishna, teaching Arjuna how to do a war, a Chakravyuha. This is a trick of a war. There are so many tricks in a war. How to create a Chakravyuha and how you can make this war. That time, he is teaching Arjuna.
Excuse me, Dr. Hubert. Excuse me, Dr. Hubert. I request Dr. Manoj is moderating this session. Dr. Manoj.
Okay.
Please, I request you to moderate the sessions. And I request Dr. Hubert also confined to the subject, we International Forum for Promoting Homeopathy, confined to the subject. There are comments are coming on that. I request my Dr. Hubert, my dear,
because I am
confined to the subject.
I am telling you that this is the way of treating patients. Treating patients, they are psychological. I am dealing with psychology also. Patients having psychology, how to treat patients in a moderate way. This medicine is one of the part, but treating psychology is another part. Psychology, we have to treat the patient with more with power. What I want to say that Hahnemann says that the power, the animal magnetism. What I want to say that animal magnetism in treating a patient. A patient may be in a whatever position, we cannot say that, whatever position a mental patient is coming to you. These are the two things. The medical part is one part, the other part is counseling and other things. We need it. Both is needed. What I said that to MBBS completed patient came to my clinic and I have given medicine. Before that medicine, we have to treat that patient with animal magnetism. That is what I want to say. In psychology, previously there are so many doctors came to this forum and they said that we cannot do anything in that case. Most of the cases in that cases, we cannot do anything. That is why I say this type of some part from the, I took some part from the literature, then how to manage a patient. That is what I want to say. Otherwise, I can say that some medicine, there are so many medicines are there. Gelsemium, I had given her gelsemium. In that case, this, what I want to say is that this is a system. This is the brain. This brain is controlled by a powerful soul. This soul, which is, we have to study that what Hahnemann says that it is the vital force. That vital force is soul. We should know that this soul must be treated. The body must be treated and its works must be treated. We can see that there are so many things. The most common, we are studying this by studying this MRI, EEG, and human brain. When we are considering human brain, we have to go through all these studies we are doing now. EEG, PET scan, and MRI. These are the tests we are doing for to study, learn the things. When we are using, we can see that here, EEG, we are taking EEG for to study the brain. And here, some electrodes are fitting on the head and we take the EEG. Then we can take the images. From that images, we can study that. Is there any changes in the brain? The current flowing is okay. If there is any excitement, each and every excitement, there will be a changes. You can see that this is the exchange, this is the electrical changes happening in the brain. These electrodes will help us. There are so many, sometimes they use so many electroencephalogram to get the encephalogram more details. We are applying this, fitting this electrodes and taking the images. Then we can get the studies, we can make the electric passages of the brain. How? This can be damaged by many things. Brain can be damaged by many things. We know that alcohol, using the alcohol. When we are using alcohol, if one drinks more alcohol, we can see that changing everything. Drinking alcohol affects the way your brain works. Changing everything from the way you act to your ability to walk. Some effects can be long-lasting. Learning about how alcohol affects different parts of the brain. Your memory is controlled by the hippocampus. Drinking a lot of alcohol at one time can cause you to black out or forget a period of time. Long-term alcohol abuse can permanently damage the hippocampus, making it difficult for a person. These are the changes happening in the brain. We know that there is memory, learning areas, everything will be lost. It may be due to some food materials we are taking. Now we are consuming more food materials. The more food materials having fertilizers and insecticides. We are using this. These are the calibers we have. There are so many qualities. A human being, learning areas of brain, we can see that learning areas will be lost. Memory system will be lost. Everything will be lost. Everything. These are the patterns. We can understand, we cannot understand. We cannot language. See a problem. Memory system executing. We cannot execute the things. These are may happen. Visual cognition system will lose. We cannot understand the things. These are happening. Why this? I am coming to the problem that these are the facing problems now. So we are only thinking, in allopathics are thinking only the allopathy or the modern medicine or any medicine. Some other medicines are all only thinking about this part, but we are not thinking about the other part. Cleaning is necessary for everywhere. Cleaning, how to clean brain, how to clean our thought process. I show you that this is this is our neuron. How beautifully God created this. We should know that memory, human memory. This is one of the major problem in our facing. Today we are facing the major problem. We have this memory, human memory, having sensory memory, short-term memory, long-term memory. If our memory, we know that if there is an incident, if somebody says something to you, someone insulted you, that time it will enter into the mind and it will go to the long-term memory. Then it may all will collect in your mind. Without clearing that, without neglecting that, we cannot do it. This is the problem of now. This is the problem of many people, because we know that now COVID is also a problem. Creating problem creators are there are so many problem creators in this world. Somebody damaging the world, somebody creating the world, but the creativity will be lost if the memory of the common people will lose. I can say, I show you that human memory. This is sensory memory. Our body have a sensory memory. We will sense it from outside. Getting inside the body, it must be digested. We can see many things. How we can see? We have an internal man and external man. The external man, internal man, only we can see the internal man. The external man we cannot see. Yeah, external man only we can see. The internal man cannot be seen. It is only we can feel it. When this memory, we all have memory. This memory is the source of everything. This long-term memory, short-term memory, explicit memory, unconscious memory. We have a unconscious memory inside our declarative memory. Though we can remember so many things and events, skills and tasks. We can remember episodes. There are many memory types in us, but we can control it. We can do it perfectly, what to do. Every time we should know that is it a good thing, we can acquire. If it is a bad thing, we have to remove. But many times, the bad thing will remain in us. We may remember the thing. If the incident, if a bad incident has happened in our life, we will remember that bad incident many times, then it will become a disease. We know that many people, very busy people like politicians, they cannot remember the things, what is happening here and then. Then they will, going after many new things, they will not get irritated. But we can see that many people coming to us in our clinic, they have so many problems. What is the problem? That is a memorial problem. It is all undigested, polluted things are in the mind. We have to remove the mind. We have to remove it is flourished with many good things. Then only a patient get relieved. That is what I want to say. This is a tree. We can see a tree. We can see a tree. Here, there are so many things we can see. Sacrifice, respect, love for animals. gratitude, civic sense, peace. These are the, we have so many values in our life. If we give that importance to the values, from the childhood, we have to give importance to each and every values, human values. If we taught them human values, then only a good child will, they will grow. Otherwise, if they are seeing the external world, we are seeing competitions and fighting everywhere. These are the fights, but we know at the same time, these are the things we have: love for everything, character formation, responsibility, achievements, unity, leadership, learning, equality, courage. These are the good things we have, but we are not promoting the good things. That is why they acquire what is bad things. Here, we can say that, we can see here, there are 4 hormones in our body, important hormones. Dopamine, it may create happiness in our mind. Dopamine, when we hear a song, a good song, that time our dopamine amount in the blood will raise. If serotonin, that is another hormone. How does your body use? Serotonin is in the brain. It is thought to be regulate moods, happiness, and anxiety. Low levels of serotonin are linked to depression, while increased level of hormone may decrease arousal. Serotonin, it may regulate mood, happiness, and anxiety. Low levels of serotonin, low levels of serotonin, because I told you that if undigested things in our mind, in our heart, the production will be less. In that condition, depression may be the result. Well, that is why depression, I told you that depressed condition, they are more prone to do suicide. Kerala is the place of suicide. We know that more and more suicides and drunkards are more in Kerala. Why? We are not promoting activities, entertainments. We are not teaching entertainments, but we are teaching. We send them to get joy, but we are not giving studies, bringing up music or anything like creative things in the childhood. That is why they are going after, if they are getting more and more money, or that time they don't know how to use that money, how to use that properties. So they are going after this type of drunkards and intoxicants. In another, I told you that dopamine, whenever this dopamine amount is high in our body, we may be joyful. While we are drinking, this is the process. It may produce some dopamine in the brain. That time our position will be some happiness. They will get some happiness, and that time they will more prone to drink, more take drink. They become drunkards. This all of the other hormones are. These are the 2 hormones main. Then glutamine. In neuroscience, glutamate refers to the anion of glutamic acid in its role as a neurotransmitter, a chemical that nerve cells use to send signals to other cells. It is by a wide margin of the most abundant. This is one of the hormone. These are the hormones. There are so many ways to do to improve our memory. These are the things I want to say you. Eat less added sugar. Eating too much added sugar has been linked to many health issues and chronic diseases, including cognitive decline. Cognitive means we have we know something. We have some views about things. Try a fish oil supplement, make time for meditation, maintain a healthy weight, get enough sleep, practice mindfulness, drink less alcohol, train your brain. That is most important. Train your brain. We should think, train your brain, keep your soul without any impurity and pure, and keep your body healthy and lost every impurities in our body. These are the things I want to say today. And now we can go to discussion. That part, one more thing I add to you. There's medicines we are using: Gelsemium, arsenic album, Nexomica, Hyoscyamus, and Ignatia, Heparsurf. These are the main medicine we are using to overcome this type of conditions. We are using I am mostly using higher potencies. These are the things I am concluding here. And now we can go for a discussion. Many of the eminent persons, but my description about the other thing may be somewhat long. Sorry, because I want to say this much. That then only the other things we can understand. The three things we should clear. And thank you very much. And I conclude here.
Okay. So those who are ready to participate, please go to the participant box and raise your hands, please. I think Dr. Dhanesh is there. Dr. Dhanesh.
Good evening, all. And good evening, Dr. Hubert.